Welcome. My name is Tanya Steinbach, Mi'kmaq from Wekova First Nation in Nova Scotia with French Acadian ancestry. I've been a community helper in urban Indigenous communities since the late 90s and now live in the Niagara countryside. I support the Indigenous student mental health portfolio at School Mental Health Ontario, working with First Peoples Wellness Circle. I'm also a mom to 3 children and a grandma to 4. This project resonates with me, having faced many challenges in helping my children at school. This presentation is part of the Walking Together project by the First Peoples Wellness Circle and School Mental Health Ontario, shaped by Indigenous parents' voices across Ontario. Today's focus is on building strong, caring connections amongst children, families, school, and communities to promote mental wellness. Many Indigenous parents and caregivers have told us, we care deeply about our children's well-being, but the systems are hard to navigate. That's definitely true. Schools are rooted in colonial structures that weren't built with Indigenous students in mind. Still, they are a part of your child's circle, and we want you to feel confident knowing how to work with the school, how to reach out, and how to bring in support from your community when needed. No one's asking you to do it all, but you are a powerful advocate, a knowledge holder, and your child's most important supporter. Beginning the year by connecting with your child's teacher or someone you trust at school is a fantastic way to foster a supportive environment. If your child has just begun a new school, consider introducing yourself to the teacher right away. You might say something like, "My child loves learning through stories," or "We smudge in the morning." You can also mention that they prefer to be addressed by their traditional name. Don't hesitate to ask the teacher how they stay in touch: email, phone call, or other methods. Inquire about the school's Indigenous education team and the programs they offer for Indigenous students. If you're interested, joining the Indigenous Education Council or parent advisory groups can be a meaningful way to stay engaged and share your voice. This is your web of support. You'll notice it starts in the center with self-care and then moves out to the people around you, and finally includes community and school supports. We start with self-care because you are the foundation for your child's wellness. That might be quiet time in the bush, a moment of prayer, or a smudge, or just sitting quietly with your coffee. Next, who's in your middle circle? Maybe it's an auntie, a youth mentor, or a friend that you trust. The outer ring is comprised of school staff, cultural programs, elders, mental health workers, or friendship centers. Take a moment to reflect on what this looks like for you. It's okay if your web looks small, it's still strong. Even one strand can make a difference. Here are some examples that other caregivers have shared. Maybe your child has access to an Indigenous grad coach. Some schools have an Indigenous social worker, or maybe you've connected with your local Métis council. Even if they're not close to home, they can still be a part of your support web. It's also okay to combine professional services and cultural or land-based ones. For example, Longhouse or community youth programs. Both can be part of our wellness. Many parents told us, we just need to know where to start and who we can turn to. And this web can help you make that map. If you're noticing something is off with your child, you don't have to wait for a crisis. Start by speaking with somebody you trust at school, a teacher, a principal, guidance counselor, or Indigenous grad coach. Ask them what they've noticed at school. Sometimes kids hold it together at school but show different behaviors at home, or the other way around. Sharing both perspectives can help build a better support plan. You might say something like, "They've been really withdrawn at home. Is that something you're noticing at school too?" You can also request a meeting with a principal or support staff to discuss the matter in more depth. And don't be afraid to ask for an ongoing check-in, like emails or even phone calls. Keeping communication open can make a huge difference. And remember, teachers are not mental health professionals, but they're a part of your child's support circles. They can make referrals, keep an eye on your child during the day, and help carry out a support plan at school. Don't forget, it's also okay to bring someone with you for support. Some caregivers told us, "My child shuts down when I bring up counseling or mental health." That's a common response. Sometimes kids need more time and more control over how support is offered. You can still plant the seed by offering some options. Would you prefer to talk to someone from the community or someone online? Would it help if I went with you? It's also helpful to know what's available. If your child is First Nation status or Inuit, you may be eligible for counseling sessions that are covered by the non-insured health benefits or the NIHB program. They can receive up to 22 hours with an approved Indigenous or non-Indigenous provider. No referral is needed, and these hours can also be extended. To find an NIHB approved mental health provider, you can check online or ask your local Friendship Center, the Aboriginal Health Center, or an Indigenous support worker for help in navigating this process. Some school-based Indigenous staff may also be able to help you get started. This way, even if your child isn't ready to talk yet, you'll know what's possible and you'll have resources handy and be ready when they are. Some caregivers shared that when they tried to help, their child shuts down or said, "I'm fine." That's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes resistance is part of fear or confusion. What you can do is offer some choices. Let your child have a say in who they speak to and how they receive support. Ask them. It might not look like traditional therapy or counseling. For some, it's ceremony. For others, it's art, drumming, being on the land, or sitting in silence together. Your presence matters. Just showing up and being there, day after day, can be all the medicine that they need in that moment. One thing we heard again and again from caregivers: we hold so much. Sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves. Caregivers hold so much, often without any breaks. You carry love, worry, hope, and responsibility. Too much to bear on one's shoulder. Our web of support reminds us that you don't have to carry it all alone. You're part of something bigger. This web isn't just about your child. It holds you too. You're woven into it. And supports can show up in many different forms. It might be from a community program such as the Métis Wellness Program, TI, or a Friendship Center. But it can also be having tea with a relative or a trusted friend, a short walk, a restful nap, teaching beading skills, or learning how to dance. You don't need every strand at once. Even one connection can help you stay balanced and connected. And remember, reaching out is an act of strength. Let yourself lean into the web. It will hold. We want to leave you with this. You are doing enough. You're not alone. We are walking together. There is no perfect way to support your child. There's only your way, rooted in love and culture, but most importantly, in showing up again and again for your children. Take a moment to reflect. Who is in your web of support right now? And what's one small step that you could take this week to reach out, reconnect, or ask for help? You've already taken the first step just by being here today. Thank you for being here today. We hope that you've enjoyed these tips for connecting with schools and community resources to support your child or youth. Please check out our other resources as part of the Walking Together project, where you will find more resources in supporting Indigenous student wellness.